Okay, so I'm in Valencia and I thought I'd come out of home and actually take a walk around. It's a beautiful day. Today we're looking at retreats and how this is coming about. I was talking to a friend of mine and they were looking at booking a retreat. They were in a bit of a muddle because they've had not some great experiences. So I thought about this and I thought this would be great to explore, and I would like to share what I've found out and also draw on my own experiences to help you make a great choice when you're booking your retreat. If you're thinking of booking a retreat right now, well, first of all, it's actually really brilliant that you are giving yourself some self-care. Good for you, because we often don't give ourselves enough self-care, do we? But the thing is, how do you know that you're going to book the right retreat or the best retreat for you? It's really not that easy. And yeah, I know some of my friends have really got an awesome amount of value from the retreat that they've been to. You can make great choices, and when you make those great choices, you really do thrive, don't you? But sometimes that can go wrong. So I'm here today to help you not be disappointed and blow lots of money, because a lot of them are not that cheap, are they? So I'm here to help you make a great retreat choice and choose the retreat that will give you joy and help you thrive. Give a like right now if that's what you're going to do, that's what you're going to commit to. So now let's talk about the realm of retreats, those magical getaways that really promise rejuvenation and growth. But here's the catch, not all retreats are created equal, are they? I've seen friends and colleagues, and yes, even myself, fall into the trap of choosing a retreat that really doesn't hit the mark. And you know why? Sometimes it really is on us. We skip the research, then pick the wrong retreat, or simply don't really have clarity on our own expectations, what we really want to get. Oh, I can hear horses. I love horses. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Anyway, yeah, sometimes it's on us and we just really don't put the research in. Then we make not great choices, right? So it's really important that you have clarity on your expectations. You know, what do we want from a retreat? So here's the deal. I'm here today in beautiful sunny Valencia to really equip you with retreat success. 10 tips to avoid disappointment and really elevate your experience. So get ready to get smart and turn an average disappointing retreat experience into a real life-changing journey. I mentioned a little bit before about expectations, and that's so important. You've really got to have goals that align to you, you know, what you want to get from the retreat, and you have to have authentic expectations for a really transformative experience. So first of all, let me ask you, are there any experienced retreat goers out there? I mean, have you ever been on a retreat and thought, yeah, this is it? Or has it been not a great experience? And what's that like? Well, unmet expectations are a little bit like expecting a healthy, delicious meal to be served an icky microwave dinner. So how do we avoid being fried and microwaved when we are choosing our retreat? So yes, let's talk about setting some real down-to-earth expectations together. And of course, you've got a brain in your head, so you know that every yoga pose fits. That's the same with retreats, right? What's right for me may not be necessarily right for you. But I really hope these awesome retreat tips will help you. And look, build on the tips that I give you and write them down. Write the tips down that you really love in your bold, brave, beautiful journal. Ping me if you want that special journal. So guess what retreat tip am I going to start with first? Any ideas? Research, research, research. I know that's a rudimentary thing to say, a rudimentary move, but so many people do a tiny baby pose when it comes to research instead of being the warrior or the warrior, the warrior research you really need to be. So before booking a retreat, really dive into the reviews, the testimonials and online forums. When you go to those forums, you'll find this is where the real retreaters spill the real tea about their experience. So don't just rely on the retreat website. I think he agrees or she agrees or they agree. Get the deep scoop from the tribe who've been there, lived it, got the t-shirt, got the yoga mat or whatever. I mean, do you agree that doing research, really meaningful research, is important? And if you agree, write your favorite yoga pose in the comments. And when you do that, that's actually to signal that you are going to be committed to do some really meaningful research before you press that buy retreat button. Okay, I was talking about being sure about your goals and getting to grips with your expectations. But that's not always so easy, and you really need to have clarity. So take a moment to define your goals for the retreat. Are you seeking a relaxation, a personal growth boost, or maybe a mix of both, or something different? I mean, knowing what you want hugely helps you choose a retreat that really aligns with your expectations and desires. So let me help you here with this. I mean, what 3 retreat goals really align to your needs and desires for the particular area or areas you'd most like to work on? I have a lot of friends who go on retreats, and one friend will have a different retreat choice than the other. They'll be wanting to have a different kind of outcome. So let's help you right now to kind of define what kind of retreat you're looking for. I've got a very talkative little dog. So what would you like to work on? So have you got your pen ready to capture this in your bold, brave, beautiful journal? Out of this list, which would be your first 3 that really strikes a chord? Stress and burnout, personal growth and self-discovery, relationship building, or are you in a period of transition with your work, or are you going through loss, or are you about to move in with the love of your life, or about to leave the person who turned out not to be the love of your life? So maybe you're looking for a retreat that will help you transition in a beautiful way through this particular challenge or beautiful moment in your life, and you need to have a little bit of a boost of confidence and self-worth to make that transition. That was just a short list of retreat options. So add your own and write in the comments what your sage mind is telling you right now. I'd really love to hear what's coming up for you. Another tip that I would definitely recommend is that before you actually book your retreat, reach out to the organizers. Don't be shy. Ask them any questions or particular concerns that you have. Call them up. Look, if they don't make time for you to have that conversation because they're too busy chomping on a raw carrot, it could mean that they won't care a bunny for you when they're on your retreat. A simple email or a call can really provide valuable insights into the retreat's vibes, the schedule and overall atmosphere. Good communication up front can really save you from potential disappointments. So have you got your bold, brave, beautiful journal ready? Capture that you'll actually call the retreat. Write down the day and the time that you're going to make that call, and then get from under your yoga mat and make that call. Oh, this is a good one. I like this one. Yes, lack of personal connection. I mean, have you ever been on a retreat or somewhere else even with a bunch of strangers? If you want to find your tribe, well then the best way to do that is actually start attending the group activity. It's amazing what kind of bonds that you can make by putting yourself out there a little bit and getting involved in shared activities. For some people it's really easy to do that, isn't it, to initiate those conversations, but for others it's not so easy. And actually for me, who isn't an extrovert, which surprises a lot of people, I mean, I'm not a huge introvert, but I'm definitely not a huge extrovert. For those people, striking up a conversation is super simple and it's very natural to them, but for other people it's quite a big ask, and it actually puts people out of their comfort zone. Look, it doesn't have to be complicated to initiate a conversation. A simple, hi, I've just signed up for da-de-da. Have you signed up for anything yet? Oh, by the way, my name's Tania. You know, that's not so difficult. And it's funny, you know, just making a simple gesture like that can actually open up some great connections. I mean, I don't know if you know much about my background, but I have been changing home and country so many times, and I've really had to put myself out there to introduce myself. When I've done that, I've made some amazing friends, and when I say friends, I mean really dear friends that I so treasure. And even if I've moved from that country, we still meet up and we talk on a pretty regular basis. So just never know what will happen when you go to your retreat and you put yourself out there and make that little first step and introduce yourself to a few people. Don't judge, try not to judge, be open, because you might find that some people are a little bit nervous and don't come across so well, but give them a chance. I'm digressing, aren't I? I'm going into another area of that. How to enjoy, how to make the best of your retreat. Well, that could be another video, I don't know. Maybe so. Let me get back on track. So the other tip I'd like to give you is you can actually join some pre-retreat forums or groups. I don't know whether you knew that. Actually, some retreats have online forums or social media groups for participants to connect with before the actual retreat. The value of that, of course, is that on these platforms that you can virtually meet fellow retreat goers, share the excitement of going to the retreat, and then plan to meet up when you're there at the retreat. So that's great, isn't it? And especially if you're a little bit nervous about going to the retreat, maybe it's in a country that you're not familiar with, or a part of the country that you're not familiar with. So having that conversation before with somebody who's going to the retreat is fantastic, because you know you've got somebody to have a cup of tea with when you get to the retreat, right? Here's a retreat tip to watch out for: ineffective leadership. I mean, Qclubbb friends, doesn't leadership matter? Yes, it absolutely does. It matters in retreats, but let's face it, it matters at work as well, don't we know it? What we want to avoid is actually getting to the retreat and then finding the leader knows less than we do, more lost than us. So how can we be sure that the leader, the activity leaders of these retreats are really going to give us the support and help us thrive in the way we want to? So let's just take a quick look at that now. Well, one of the things you can do to check that the retreat has decent staff, a decent leader, decent guides on your retreat journey is actually to ask about the qualifications and experience. I mean, you can really scrutinize the leadership, the leaders' qualifications, particular experiences, experience in the retreat's theme, right? So leaders' previous experience aligns to what the retreat is offering. And of course, that means what you're wanting to get from that retreat too. That leader is going to offer you something that you're looking for, that you're looking to grow in. You might be looking to grow in yoga or some other kind of personal development. Does that focus area that they have expertise in match what you're wanting to thrive in? Do your research, check if they've got the certification and reviews that really give you confidence. I'm coming back to communication again. Communication is really vital between you and the retreat. If you reach out to the retreat, you should find that the communication is open and it's transparent. So when you ask about the schedule, they should be able to provide you with a clear structure so you'll know what you're actually buying into. It should help you manage your expectations, you know, so they don't overpromise, so that you know what you're getting when you're coming to the retreat. They should also share any challenges. If there are a lot of hikes on the retreat, the terrain requires a certain level of fitness, etc. They should share that with you, right? And they should ask you, when are you thinking of booking? And if you are booking in a certain season, let's say, they should actually give you the heads up that, hey, you know, if you come at that time, you can expect a lot of heat or perhaps quite frequent rain and cold. So ask the question, is there anything that I should know that I might find challenging? And then just pause, right? Don't fill in the gaps, pause and let them come back to you and listen, yeah? Actively listen. At the end of the day, a leader of a retreat that actually wants to keep you in the loop right at the beginning is more likely to create a very positive and supportive atmosphere on the retreat itself. So think about that. Have a few questions ready before that call. When you're choosing a retreat, actually dig down on what they're offering, what the content is going to be. Communication is really so important. You want substance. You don't want fluff. If you're going to a retreat for something very meaningful and you don't get it, it's like expecting a juicy novel. You're excited about starting that juicy novel and then being given a floppy pamphlet. So let's discuss how we can actually find retreats with that delicious depth that we all crave for and we all blinking deserve. Okay, so here we go. Make sure you review the retreat itinerary. Dive into the retreat itinerary before booking. Look for a balance of activities that really align with your goals. A mix of relaxation, maybe skill building, introspection moments, bold, brave, beautiful meditation moments, and something I love, perhaps on their schedule, they offer an opportunity to build mental fitness, which is really a must, because whatever benefits you gain from going on the retreat, you want to be able to know that you can carry those benefits forward when you leave the retreat. And if you're interested about that, please contact me, because I can offer you something very special you can enjoy before the retreat and also during the retreat to help you grow even more. And then when you leave the retreat, you have the opportunity to keep on thriving through this particular support that I think you'll really love, which will really give you a very enriching experience, not just at that moment of the retreat, but before the retreat and also going into the future. The other thing I'd like to mention that we often forget, don't forget to tap into your own friends. You might find within your own friend circle that they have been on a particular retreat and absolutely loved it, and it would actually fit for you. Or perhaps if your immediate friends don't know, they do know somebody that has been on a retreat and they can put you in touch with them. Here's a tip: when you're booking a retreat, check out the environment. Is it going to be comfortable or is it going to be uncomfortable? Are you going to be sleeping on a bed that feels like the mattress is stuffed with rocks, or are you going to be sleeping on a princess bed, let's say? Friends of mine have been on retreats where the bed feels like rocks and the mosquitoes were treating them as an all-you-can-eat buffet. Check out the environment, because in some countries at different times of year you have mosquitoes or you have black fly. You get what I'm saying, right? So really check out your environment. What about the amenities? Some retreats have communal areas that are very relaxed and very beautiful. If you're looking for a spa type of retreat or a retreat that offers particular wellness activities, clarifying these details really ensures you're stepping into a retreat that aligns with your comfort preferences. That's a very personal choice, isn't it? I've got friends who don't actually mind the kind of more raw retreat experience, and I've got other friends that it's really important to them that their retreat that is on the luxury side. When you're choosing a retreat, really consider the surroundings. Research the retreat location. Is it a beachfront paradise or is it up a mountain? Make sure it resonates with your ideal environment. The retreat setting actually enhances the kind of relaxation that you might be looking for and really contributes to the overall positive experience. There's also a practical side of this as well when you are considering the retreat's environment, is that you may land at a particular airport and find that you have to get to the retreat, and to get to that retreat is actually very difficult because there's very few public transport options. You know, there's no train there, there's no bus there, so that might mean that you have to hop into a taxi. And then, does your budget support that? Surroundings is one of the things that you really need to consider when you're choosing a retreat. If you are a person that is looking for a retreat that offers time for reflection, and that's very beautiful, because actually reflection is the soul's energy, it's the soul's oxygen. We need it, right? We need reflection time. We need to pause. Can you imagine what it's like to go on a retreat where you feel that it's a race against the clock? Ensure that the retreat that you choose gives you enough time for reflection. Look closely at the retreat schedule for downtime, for personal reflection, for self-discovery, for those quiet moments often have a more profound impact. A lot of people talk about mindfulness. They find it really a beautiful experience. I love bold, brave, beautiful mindfulness moments. So inquire at the retreat about the mindfulness practices. How are they integrated into the retreat? Whether it's a guided meditation or a beautiful silent walk, or maybe a journaling session. So don't forget, Qclubbb family, to take your bold, brave, beautiful journal with you on your retreat. These bold, brave, beautiful mindfulness moments within the retreat really create a space for introspection and also growth. Are you feeling really in a beautiful place right now just at the thought of that? I know I am. I'm Tania Haggis, ICF coach, international trainer, and if you've enjoyed being with me today and gained some value, please subscribe and give me a like so I know that I'm on the right track. I hope that I've helped you make a more informed choice before you book your retreat, and I also hope that it's spectacular and brings you beautiful gifts. Okay, Qclubbb family, thank you so much for joining me today on today's session. It's been lovely to have you here in sunny Valencia. I'm not sure whether you're watching the short or the long version, but we've had dogs playing in the water here, and we've had horses trotting around, all kinds of things. It's been quite fun. Actually, yeah, this is the first outdoor video I've done to help my Qclubbb family. I think I should do it more often. And I had to escape today because they're doing building work where I'm living, and basically it's like Dolby sound. I've got like drilling on one side, and then I've got some guy banging away with the hammers. I just had to get out. So that's why I'm here. But maybe this is the start of something beautiful and I should do more of this. Let me know. And please forgive me if the light isn't great and there's too much commotion and too much sound and it's a bit disruptive at times. I'm grateful that you joined and stayed with me to the end. Thanks so much. I hope you've enjoyed this moment with me today, and thanks again for being with me in Valencia. Take good care, and don't forget, you are bold, brave, beautiful. And now say it back.